YouTube. How are you guys doing today? It is me again, your favorite Texas trucker. Today I'm in Nashville.
1 mile, keep right to I-65 North.
And, I'm headed north up to Illinois, Plano, where I'm going to drop this load off. I picked it up yesterday in Dalton, Georgia. Kind of a recap of the week, I guess, is I was up in Massachusetts and picked up a load, 2 drops, one in North Carolina, and it was paper rolls. Each roll was 5,000 pounds. I had 9 rolls on the truck, and they took 8 of them off in North Carolina, and I brought 5,000 pounds down to Georgia for a 1 roll drop. Dropped it in Marietta, and then I'm running really short on hours.
Keep right onto I-65 North.
So I had to get a hold of dispatch and let them know what my hours were looking like. I had, by the time I dropped that roll in Georgia yesterday, I had 4 rolls or 4 hours left. But
continue on I-65.
I didn't want to use all 4 of those. The reason for that is that today I picked up 10 hours. Picked this load up here yesterday, but today I had 10 hours I was picking up. But tomorrow I'm only picking up 4. And I had already driven out in 6 hours yesterday, and I wanted to carry at least 3 of them over. So that I could stack those on to what I'm picking up tomorrow. So now, if I was able to do that, then I'd have 7 to drive tomorrow instead of just 4. So, I let dispatch know what I was wanting to do, and asked them if they had a load that I could pick up that was nearby, or if I had a load that I could pick up early this morning. And so he had a load that was about an hour away, and he asked if I could go get it. He said there was no hurry on the delivery on it. I could deliver it tomorrow in Plano, and that just worked perfect for me. So I went there to Dalton, and I picked this up, and it's all carpet. And so I've got 26,000 pounds of carpet in the box, and I'm taking it up to Plano, Illinois, to deliver it. And it doesn't have to be there until tomorrow. I could get really, really close today, but again, I want to carry another one of the hours over from today till tomorrow, so that I can run 8 hours tomorrow. I'll run 9 hours today, and then I will have had 7 hours that I ran yesterday. What I'm trying to do, because I've still got a couple of weeks out here, is what I'm trying to do is stack my days, so that every day I'm running between 6 and 10 hours a day when I pick it up next week. Alright, and then next week, if I have like a 10-hour day, I can carry one of those hours over to the next day, so that a 7-hour day becomes an 8-hour day. And what you do by doing that is you equalize all your days out when you're running like this, so that you don't have these 3 and 4 hour days. So all your days are pretty much equal all the way across the board, and it doesn't always work. There's only so much that you can do to do that. You still got to deal with shippers and receivers. So a shipper and receiver keeping you stuck in a dock for hours and burning up your clock, that can really affect your drive time. And so it doesn't always work, but for the most part, that's how I try to work it, when I'm running on what I pick up the next day. So I had a couple of days this week, that were short days, and I've had to stack some extra time onto them in order to make it work in the long run. And so far it's worked out all right, and and then I carried over 3 hours from yesterday, 3 hours and a few minutes. I carried over, and then I'm going to carry over another hour from today. So I'm going to run 9 hours there. I was right at 11 hours out this morning when I stopped. but we've had some delays for traffic back there in Nashville, and and that kind of slowed me down a little bit. So I'm expecting to be probably about 2 hours out by the time I get stopped today. I'm sure there's going to be other delays for traffic and all that, and that's all right. I can run that tomorrow with no problem. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm planning on. Actually, what I meant to say was I'll be 3 hours out instead of 2. Because I was 11 hours out when I left. I'm taking an hour of that off. I had 10 hours worth of drive time, carrying one of those hours over, so that'll put me at 3 hours until delivery tomorrow. If everything works right, somewhere in that vicinity, and I haven't picked a stopping point, but I'm going to be stopping early enough that I can run as close to my time as I need to, and I shouldn't have a problem finding parking tonight. I stopped at Love's the other day before yesterday, I think, and I went in to take a shower, and I was lazy, at home, and I washed all my clothes, but I had them all in my laundry bag, and I didn't take them out and fold them up, put them up like I normally do.
In 1.5 miles,
I've just been living
keep
out of the bag.
left to I-65 North.
No excuse, I was being lazy, and anyway, I went to digging around in the bag yesterday, and I was like, man, I don't have any shirts, so, and I didn't have any shorts, I had underwear and I had socks, but I didn't have any shirts and I didn't have shorts, so I was like, well, I've got clothes in the closet here that I haven't dug into yet, so, because I have a lot of clothes in this truck, so I was like, I'll just go in there and grab a shower, change my underwear and socks, I'll wear the dirty clothes back out, and I'll get clean clothes back when I get out here. So I did that, and I got back out to the truck, and I went to digging around in the closet. All I got's winter shit, That shit ain't gonna hang when it's 90 to 100 degrees outside, and so yesterday I had to wear dirty clothes, dirty shirt, dirty shorts, clean underwear and socks. And
keep left onto I-65 North.
I wasn't real happy about that, so when I stopped yesterday, I made sure and stopped at a Flying J, and went in and caught another shower because I had a couple shower credits at Flying J. I pretty much always fuel at Love's, so I don't have shower credits anywhere except Love's, But I was up north, and I couldn't find the Love's, and I was running low on fuel.
Continue on I-65.
I had to fuel up at a Pilot, and I had to do that twice, in the last week or so. So I had a couple shower credits built up, and I went ahead and used one of them. But yesterday, after stopping at the Flying J, I took all my clothes, all my dirty inside, and I used the washers and dryers at the Flying J, and I washed all my clothes and hung around out in the driver's lounge, until they were done, and then I went and caught me a shower and took me another shower, and this time, I got all clean clothes on it. Now I got, another 3 weeks worth of clean clothes, so I'm good to go. And yes, they're still in the laundry bag. I haven't taken them out yet. I promise I'll get that clothes locker straightened up here in a minute, or not in a minute, but sometime today or tomorrow. Thing is that I've got all my winter stuff hanging up in there. All my long sleeves, my whatever you call them. I don't even know what they're called. They're like t-shirts, but they're long sleeve, real thick. You know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what you'd call them, but they're not shirts, really. They're not sweaters. I'm not sure what they are. But anyway, I've got a couple of them from Millis, and I've got a bunch of them I bought at Wally World, and I'm gonna fold all those up real nice and neat and stick them down on the floor at the back of the deal, because I'm not going to need them again until next winter. Then I'm going to hang up all my t-shirts and fold up all my pants and lay them up in there so that everything's relatively neat and accessible again. And I'm going to quit being lazy about it. I don't know, I've been a little lazy about stuff like that lately. I need to clean the truck, I need to sweep it out, and I didn't do that yesterday because it was 102 fucking degrees outside, and I didn't fucking feel like jacking with it, yeah, I'm hey, there's no excuse on being late. But I'll get it taken care of, man, I promise. You know, I'll get it taken care of. I'll clean up the inside of the truck. Now, I did clean the dash off. Of course, I don't stick a bunch of shit on my dash anyway, so it's not like I had a lot of stuff up there. But what I did was I don't have any actual cleaner to detail the inside of my truck. It's one of the things I need to invest in, honestly. But I got Windex, you know, and so I just sprayed Windex on a rag, got it moist, and then I cleaned the whole dash, got all the dust off of it. You know, I did all that kind of stuff yesterday. Cleaned the inside of the window, you know, and then of course the other day I got out and I scrubbed the outside of the window real good. So I haven't done that in a couple of days though. But you know, I just ran through a thunderstorm this morning, so you know, the outside of the truck's relatively clean. Anyway, you know, that's kind of the update. You know, it was pretty cool stopping at that Flying J yesterday. I closed the curtains because it's so damn hot outside, you know, and them curtains do a good job of keeping the heat out, keeping the air conditioning in. And of course, I idled the truck all day long yesterday. I haven't even looked at my idle time right now. I'm sure it's fucking through the roof. But man, I'm not gonna sit in this truck, you know, and you know, have it be a sweat box. You know, I'm just not gonna do it. You know, it's I can't sleep when it's hot. You know, and I'm uncomfortable, and I can operate pretty good on little sleep, you know, because I've been doing it so long. You know, I've always had problems sleeping. But you know, there comes a point when you know, you're just miserable, and then you become a danger to everybody on the road. You know, and you know, I'm not going to do that. You know, and I'm not going to sit here and you know, try to be some kind of super trucker or something. You know, and say that you know my main concern is everybody on the road, because you know don't take this the wrong way, because it's not. My main concern is the fact that I'm comfortable and that I'm rested, period. Now, if I'm comfortable and I'm rested, everybody else on the road will be safe, because I try to do a good job, but that's the safety issue isn't really the concern. The safety issue comes with the fact that I should be comfortable and rested. If I'm comfortable and rested, then their safety's not an issue. So, you know, it's the fact that I'm not going to sit in a fucking sweat box, you know, and not be able to sleep, and not be able to rest. You know, it's not going to happen. So, I said this when I first started making these videos, you know, that I don't idle this truck, and you know, some people, you know, asked me about it, you know, and back then it was during the colder season, you know, and I said at that point, you know, at that time, that there would come a time when I would be idling the truck all the time. Well, you know, that time is here. You know, it's hot, you know, it's uncomfortable, and it was so hot yesterday that even with the air conditioner cranked all the way up, it was barely keeping up. You know, I mean, it was comfortable in here, but just barely. You know, and that is definitely an issue. You know, when you're driving a truck, you know, it's got to be, you know, you've got to be rested. So anyway, you know, I idled the truck so long yesterday that I'm afraid to even bother looking at the idle performance, because it was pretty damn bad. I mean, it's been 2 days now. Yesterday it was 94, 96, I don't remember. Day before yesterday, and yesterday it was 102. You know, and it ain't gonna happen. You know, and I'm not gonna sit in the sweat box. So anyway, I had gotten out of the truck, and I went to go inside to do, you know, something, and when I got out of the truck, there was a father and son out there playing catch in one of the empty parking spots. And it was just, you know, to me, I think that's awesome. You know, one of the only really good memories that I have of my dad is when I went out, you know, with him while he was trucking, you know, and it was just one of the fantastic memories that I've got, you know, and I want to share that with my boys. You know, I want them to be able to go out, you know, and experience that and see that, you know, and seeing that yesterday with that guy, you know, it was pretty neat, you know, and I liked it, you know, and you know, I'm glad that kid was able to go out there, and you know, and I'm glad that I got to see it. You know, it was a little uplifting, you know, and I've had a couple things this past week that, you know, have drugged me down a little bit. You know, this whole week has been really good. You know, I'm not really going to get into, you know, any particulars about why, but you know, it's been a really, really good week. You know, good miles, and you know, some other things happen that, you know, really help pick me up. You know, but this week here, you know, I'm going to hit Friday, and I'm going to have almost 1,800 miles. I haven't added it completely up yet, but it'll be somewhere around 1,900 miles. And, you know, and that's not bad. Certainly it's not anywhere near what I was at last week, so I'm not going to hit another 3,700 mile week. Let's see. I had 1,147 miles when I delivered the last load, and this one pays $725, so that's 1,873 miles, 72 miles, 1,872 miles, almost 1,900 miles is what I'll have once this delivers, you know, and so I've got about 1,100 more miles that I need to break the 3,000 that is my goal for every week. You know, and anything above that is definitely a plus. You know, and I'm definitely going to ask for that. You know, I'm going to actually ask Pat to get me, you know, as close to 3,500 as he can get me, because, you know, I need to make up for that 1,700 mile week. But in order to keep my average up, you know, this week some things have happened, you know. And it's got me a little bit upset. Nothing to do with work, nothing to do with my wife, you know. But, you know, some things have happened that have got me a little bit upset, you know. And I don't know how this week's going to go, you know. When I get in these moods like this, it's hard for me to, you know, to be positive again, you know. It's hard for me to, you know, see the bright side. That's when I start getting pretty sarcastic and start getting pretty negative about a lot of shit, you know. And anyway, I'm you know, I know that's the deal with me, so I'm trying to keep from doing it. But you know, my goal has always been to become an owner operator. I mean, that's been my goal for years, and it's still my goal, you know. You know, and eventually I want my wife to be out here on the road with me. You know, I want to be out here running, you know, letting her see, you know, this stuff that she's never gotten to see. So I've done a little bit of study here and there, you know, about, you know, becoming an owner operator, because, you know, it's definitely my goal. And you know, I'm working with my wife to, you know, try to get her motivated to, you know, help me out, you know, and look into this stuff too, and learn with me, you know, so that together we can do, you know, a better job. And well, I found this guy on YouTube yesterday, and if, you know, becoming an owner operator is something that you're interested in, you know, and if you don't know anything about it and you need information, then there's this dude on YouTube, right? His name is Casanova 601. You can also look him up by just looking up Casanova Roar, R-O-A-R, and you know, and he'll show up on there. You know, if I'm gonna try to attach this video, you know, to him. I haven't figured out how to tag YouTubers in my videos yet. You know, there's a couple of guys that, you know, I gave a shout out to, you know, and they do videos. I was wanting them to, you know it. I never could figure out how to tag them in it, you know, like you do on Facebook. And And so I wanted to, let him know that I've been watching his videos, and the dude is pretty legit. He's got his stuff down. He is able to express it, to give it to you in a way that you can understand. He's a down-to-earth dude, from what I've seen in the videos so far, and I really appreciate the information that he's sharing, with those of us who are company drivers, but looking to become owner-operators. Because, even though I've been studying a lot of it, and research is high on my list of things to do anytime that you delve into something. There's only so much that you can learn through research. Somewhere down the line, you got to get out there and figure it out yourself. And one of the things that I'm doing, and I don't know, this may not help me. It may not really affect anything at all as far as me getting freight once I become an owner operator. But occasionally, Millis does broker loads, and and when they do a broker load, then the driver has to contact the broker and talk to the broker, and work with the broker as we're delivering the load. And as I'm doing that, I'm keeping track of the brokers and who I'm carrying for. And if I decide to become an owner operator, or when I decide to become an owner operator, because it's really not an issue of if, it's an issue of when. When I decide to become an owner operator, I'm going to try to contact these guys, and let them know what loads I carried for them for Millis, and see if there's any way, that they may put me on a list, to carry some loads for them. I know I probably won't get the same rate that Millis gets, but at least they'll know that I've carried for them before, and they'll see that my loads got there on time, and undamaged, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's one of the things that I'm doing, and and I'm constantly wanting to move forward so that I can reach this goal of becoming an owner operator. My biggest downfall, and I'm going to end this video here pretty quick because I already know it's getting kind of long, but my biggest downfall is that I'm impatient, and it's hard for me to wait for something that I want to do, and I've set myself a 5-year goal to become an owner operator, and I've already found myself wanting to push that goal forward. Instead of 5 years, maybe get it done in 3 years. And I'm afraid that in doing that, what I'm going to do is get myself into a situation where I move too quick and don't have everything in place. And so I'm trying to put the reins on it, but at the same time press forward. And so anyway, finding this guy Casanova 601 has been a kind of a blessing for me, because it's given me something to focus on, given me something to look at. He's got quite a few videos out there. I've only seen maybe 6 of them so far. I'll watch a few more tonight, and I'll watch a few more over the next few days. As I'm watching them, I'm tabbing a couple of them as favorites so that I can go back and watch them over and over again. There's just a lot of information in his videos. I'm going to have to go back and look at them, several different times to find out, what it is that I need to do to be successful, as an owner operator. Because the last thing that I want to do is get into another business that I fail at. The tattoo studio kind of, that was a pretty hard hit for me, and I don't want to do that again. I want to leave this life, leaving a business that, my sons can take and do something with, So anyway, that's where I'm at, and that's the update, and I'm going to, let it go at that. I'll flip the camera around here in just a second. I just crossed the Kentucky line, or I'm fixing to cross the Kentucky line. I actually wasn't paying attention to road signs, so I'm not sure if I passed it yet or not. But anyway, I'm gonna flip the camera around, let y'all take a little bit of look at where I'm at right now, and then we'll cut it off and catch y'all later. That'll give me a chance to see how long this video is running too. So anyway, this is the road. We're looking at 25 minutes in this video, so I'm gonna cut it off pretty quick. Just want you to see how pretty it is out here this morning. The windshield wipers are still running. I've got just a little bit of mist, coming down. I run through a thunderstorm most of the day. And anyway, that's it, gentlemen. We are in Kentucky, and it's a wonderful country we've got here. Tennessee is behind us now. And man, I just want y'all to know that I appreciate you watching my videos, and y'all take care. Peace out.